All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Dash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to the 144,000, the elect, along with the men, women, and children behind them, which consists of the elect of Israel, one-third. Yeah, my brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with a quick and transit lesson. And the title of this lesson is Now is a Time More Than Ever to Be Both Vigilant and Circumspect. Okay? Vigilant and circumspect. You can look those definitions for those words up. But it means to watch, as well as to be aware of what's going on around you and who's around you. And this is inspired by a lesson that I watched from the apostles, both Apostle Tahar and Apostle Harama with Elder Damar Shapat. They did a lesson too. You know, you got this guy. He claims to be a believer in the truth, and his name is Army of I think it's Army of Yahushua, and it's basically some bearless agent. Okay, walking outside with some zetas on, preaching for 5 minutes, and then the rest of his videos is all about operating weapons. You know, hey, the scripture says in Ephesians chapter 6, it says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty, spiritual. Okay, our weapons are spiritual. You know, we're different than these people out here in this world. We're spiritual, and you have to remain spiritual at all times. Okay, you can't be. There's a time and place for everything, but carnality should never rule or override your spiritual judgment. Okay, and we know that not Esau's blessing, which is the sword, is not going to deliver us. Our blessing is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The scripture says that the word of the Most High is a two-edged sword, cutting asunder both, I think it's bone marrow and discerning of the spirit, man. You know, so we don't have to get weapons to arm up. Not saying you can't protect yourself in this world because we're in fucking hell, but at the same time, when it comes to this truth, this should be our number one weapon: the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And if you have a spirit to discern, you'll know that an individual who's pushing guns, pushing, shooting range shit, and then on top of that, at a person that's not circumspect, don't know where he at. This dude has the audacity or this man has the audacity to create a thumbnail for his page, basically mimicking the Muslim Brotherhood. All right, that's what this dude did. All right, with the two swords, would that come from Ishmael and the green background and the semi-Arabic? I think he actually put the Paleo Hebrew on it. Nah, bro, that's not how we going. You know, that's how Esau got a lot of these other movements in the past to fall to their knees. It's to get them set up with weapons and guns and catch them in a place so that they could bring terror unto them and destroy them. That's what that whole Black Panther Party was about. You know, at first it was about before the Black Panther Party. Pretty much, if you were a United States citizen, you had the right to bear arms in public in certain places in America. But once Reagan saw that happen, they were like, no. They started passing state laws and then federal laws where you can't open carry on government property, right? Because they were trying to show a symbol of force and a fake army. And again, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. All right, our weapons are spiritual, man. And we as Israelites, especially Israelite men that's in this truth, you should know that we lean on the Lord before we lean on any carnality, man. You know, the Lord can use any and everything to deliver us. We don't need no stupid guns. I myself don't own weapons. All right, I don't own weapons. I had enough of carrying weapons when I was in Esau's army, military. So there's no need. I don't live a life where it calls for me to bear arms, and neither do you, brothers, man. You got these militant-minded individuals who want to try to act like they spiritual, but then they want to bring down. They think they're gonna bring the second coming by using weapons and shit. You know, The times that we living in, brothers, your head got to be on a constant spiritual swivel. You got to see what's going on around you at all times. You got to be mindful of the things that you're doing, who you're talking to, who you're associating with. And that's why the apostles and the elders got down on that dude, because he's not associated with us, man. And as soon as you see a blotch, you got to get it out. You got to clean it out. You got to get it out. Because Esau going to use a lot of his narratives to basically control the Israelite narrative. When he want to come against us, he want to use a lot of different things to associate with us. All right? So you got to be mindful. Not every brother's a brother. You got to be mindful of that too. And that's in the scriptures. Because a dude could say, oh, brother Shalom or Shalom, brother, blah, 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 but he got ulterior motives. This dude's an agent. He's a triple and double agent, or double and triple agent, right? He's an agent for chaos, an agent for Esau, you know, just deception, man. And a true brother is not gonna move in that manner. A true brother is not gonna move in that type of mentality. A true brother is gonna move spiritually, humbly. Okay, brandishing weapons, that's not a humble position. There's no man on the earth that brandish a weapon that look humble. The nigga look dangerous. He look dangerous, right? And you got these people, these weirdos, these crackpots that's looking to join something just to say they're a part of something. And I've seen it before. And it's not going to work. Our blessing is not the sword. Our blessing is this truth. It's the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And it was only given unto us. And that's what we should be using to defend ourselves through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Again, the Lord told us to put on a whole armor of what? Faith. He didn't tell us to put on the armor of a fucking a shogun. He didn't tell us to put on the armor of Esau. He said put on the armors of faith. Okay? The armors of righteousness. Okay, the shield of faith. The word is the sword. That's our armor in this world. And you can't see that with the human eye. So that's not something that people run to. When you think about defending yourself, the first thing you think about is grabbing you a knife or a sword or something like that, thinking that that's going to deliver you out of whatever situation you in. Listen, the scriptures written beforehand or written for our learning, man. The Lord used angels to deliver us, man. The Lord used animals to deliver us, man. The Lord used his power to his son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, his son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver us, man. He didn't need no weapons. What the Lord told Pilate, man, if this is my kingdom, my servants will fight, man. You know? And this ain't the kingdom of the Lord down here. It's coming. But the Lord said he could call legions of angels down here to do his bidding if that's what he wanted to do. But that wasn't what was written down. That wasn't what it was said he was supposed to do. All right? And here it is, a man that was murdered. He was murdered. He sacrificed himself for us, but ultimately he was murdered. Why? For speaking the word, for speaking the truth, for healing his people, for doing the right thing. And he was murdered. And people use carnal weapons to desecrate his body, all right, to humiliate him. And never once did Yahweh Shai say, you know what, fuck this, angels, dog, or you know what, fuck this, give me the gat. No, he ain't say none of that. He took it. He took it in stride. All that pain, all of that sorrow, he took it in stride because he knew the outcome. And we have to be in that same mindset. Knowing the outcome, we have to remain spiritual at all times, man. The scripture says what? Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability in our times. Isaiah 33:6. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. Because shit is going to be so unstable out here. Okay? Shit is going to be so crazy. If you don't got the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're gonna crack, you're gonna break, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fail, you're gonna get the chip. Right? So now is the time to be more vigilant than ever. There's all kinds of things spiritually happening right now. Prophecy is unfolding right in front of us. As we speak, prophecy is unfolding right in front of us, man. All right? You have to be circumspect and vigilant who you're around. You know, the scripture says, what communion have the unbelieving with the believing? Roughly paraphrasing, man. Because these people in this world don't believe, man. And any nigga that got a YouTube page dedicated to guns and butter, to guns and shit, and weapons and Esau, man, that dude's wrong. He's off. He's not right. He ain't with us, man. Because we don't need that. You know, Jake want to be like Esau. You want to brand this and try to show your strength, man. You think Esau? Look, man. Whatever one weapon you have, man, Esau got millions of that shit. He got so much that he's slinging it across the earth like crack. So what you think your little pea shooter gonna do when this double got machine weapons that can shoot from distances of 3 and 4 miles away, even further? What are you gonna do with that? He got nuclear missiles that's coming from the other side of the earth. They're gonna destroy this place. What you think your little weapon gonna do? That shit ain't gonna do nothing. You know? Jay got mindful too. Who you hang around with? Don't be associating with any of these people out here, man. These people ain't for our cause. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your friend. None of these people ain't right, man. So you gotta be in a mindset of like, I'm staying away from these people. Only deal with these people when I have to. If you ain't got to, if it's not a necessity to deal with these people, guess what? You keep your distance, man. And you're going to find yourself lonely most of the time. So the fuck what? The scripture says what? Endure hardness as a soldier of Hamashiach. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Yahweh Shah has chosen us to be soldiers, man. It's a lonely road. The soldier's road is a lonely road, man. It ain't full of hanging out and busting it up and balling and fucking bitches. No. It's a serious life. It's an austere life. It's a very dangerous life. Especially when you're behind enemy lines. And you idiots running around here thinking that these people that just hanging out with you, and I ain't disrespecting no brother when I say idiots, but you got these idiots that claim to be in the truth, but really they're not in the truth. Them niggas is just wicked. You know, trying to associate with anything and everything, man. You know, trying to win the love of the world. Yahweh Shai said the world hated him. So what you think it's gonna do to us? It's gonna hate us, man. We supposed to be hated. We supposed to be despised. All right, that's a good thing in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That means we on the right path. Okay, you know. Jake, if you're not in this shoot, if you're not in Great Millstone, we ain't associating with you. Point blank simple. Don't call, don't text, don't try to reach out, don't send no message. If you part of the elect, the Lord gonna take care of you. You gotta have the faith that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is gonna watch over you and deliver you and give you that power. All right? Simple as that, man. Because niggas ain't right. People ain't right. You know, Jake don't want to use the tools that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai give you. Guess what? You gonna fall. Okay? The Most High is not nobody's magical genie. All right? In order to get something, you gotta give something. You gotta sacrifice something. You better make yourself a living sacrifice for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and know that the people that you see and associate with daily, that they're not like that. But does that mean that you go out and be a demon? Because you gotta, again, this is a part of being circumspect. Understanding that, look, I am behind enemy lines. So how should I move? I gotta move subtly. The scripture says, be ye wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? You can be harmless, but you can also be wise, man. Understand what's going on around you. Understand who's around you. Don't every minute that you get around somebody ain't a minute to bring the scriptures out, man, and to talk about the truth. Because guess what? You're going to be marked as an enemy. You're going to be marked as a potential threat to this man, which we already are. But the point of the matter is, how much more in your daily life as you walk? How much more? You know, you got to put on that Clark Kent. You got to know when to put on the cape and when to take it off. You got to know. And you got to know you can't expose yourself. Did Superman expose himself to everybody? No, he didn't. And then nigga had a pair of fucking glasses on to hide his true identity. Because people were that stupid that they couldn't see that this guy with some glasses on is really Superman. Right? They're that simple. But glasses was enough. Right? And if you watch Superman movies, the early ones, he used to get punked a lot, man. Whenever he was Clark, he would get punked. He could have snapped somebody's neck at a drop of a dime. He could have, punched his fist through somebody's chest and put their heart in the ground if he wanted to. But did he do that? No, he didn't do that. What he did was he understood that, hey, look, I got a great powers, so I got to be careful who I show this to and when I bring it out. If I'm not doing the work, I'm not bringing it out because that's going to cause more damage. If I tell everybody that I know, every hot piece of ass that I get, guess what? They're going to be used against me. He knew that. So that's why Salakia. He had to be smart about himself. And you gotta be the same way, man. All right, you gotta be the same way, knowing that there's a lot going on around us at one time. We have to be circumspect and vigilant, more so than ever, because shit is getting critical. We are at a critical junction. All right, Yahweh Shai is coming back any day now. Any day now. The world is going spiraling down into violence, more confusion, more destruction, more faithlessness. So you gotta be mindful of what's going on around you. When you hear things, report on them. Okay, when you see things, report on it through the Spirit. Bring out the scriptures. You know, if the Spirit is on you to do something like this, like an in transit, do that. You know, but just be mindful, man. We're not associated with nobody that's carnal minded out here, man. You got to be focused. You got to be serious. You got to be spiritual at all times, man. There's a time and place for everything, man. And this ain't the time or the place to be brandishing weapons, to be trying to associate with anybody that jump on a comment board talking about they believe. Because everybody don't believe, man. I don't care what they say in their mouth. If you truly believe, you be fighting with us, man. You be standing with us, man. Right? If you truly believe, if you able-bodied, you be out there preaching His word, man, and waiting on the Lord and carrying your cross. All right? Just because somebody got a Bible in their hand and put on a garment, which that guy, he didn't even have a garment on. He had a T-shirt and some ZTs on, man. You can tell this nigga ain't right, man. This dude is a setup, man. You know? He probably was just surfing the internet, found something, and now he wants to try to associate that with violence and an overthrow, which that Muslim Brotherhood and all that other shit was set up by Esau anyway. So was the Black Panther movement. You know, that Black Panther Party shit. You know? It might have had some grassroots leaders in it, but guess what? They got cut and thrown into prisons and killed. It was controlled opposition. And there's a lot of controlled opposition out there. People that will act like they're down, people that act like they believe, but in reality, they're nothing but agents, spies, embedded, especially out here, especially now, because people ain't looking like they was back in the day. They really weren't looking back then, but now, even now, people want to come around and talk about I need this, I need that. Man, listen, man, you need to pray, right? And study and do the work. You know, show some faith. If you really believe, go out there on your own. You don't need to be associated with any camp. Well, I don't say that because you're going to make it sound like I'm a camp. I'm anti-camp. No, but you don't need to be associated with anybody. If you really believe, you go out there and do the work. And then the brothers that truly believe and truly know, and that the true apostles will see that your faithfulness, see that you out there doing the work, see that you out there making yourself a living sacrifice. And if it be the Lord's will, then you might get pulled into the body. But until then, just do the work. Everybody's so down to be a part of a camp. All my, like it's a rites of passage or some shit. Like we out here pledging people or something. Like no, man. You know, I can't do no more for the next man than the next man can do for me. All I could do is fear you, how about Shema Shine, and do what's commanded of me. You need to do the same thing. Don't be excited to bring somebody into the camp. Don't be all hyped up. Oh yeah, man, he been out there. Yeah, he been out there. Guess what? He been out there the whole time, waiting for that moment where you open up the camp and then this nigga come in and infiltrate. He been coming for a year, 3 years straight. Guess what? Because these CIA and FBI agents, they're committed, man. They believe in their cause. Do you believe in yours? You know, keep their ass on the other side. If you truly believe, you can do the work on your own. Go on another day that we ain't out on the highways and byways, and you go out on the highways and byways and prove your metal, man. Test your metal. And again, if in time, then the Yahweh Shema Shah will open it up. But people like the way things are going right now, man. This ain't the time to be embracing everybody. Let me get this. Let me get my presets real quick. Give me a second. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes. It's the book of Ecclesiastes. Chapter 3. Yep. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. That's right, man. And we're not in the time of building this place up. We're not in the place planting this place, because the harvest is near. The harvest is ripe, and the angels are about to reap. And this place is about to be destroyed. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. And we're not in the time of laughing. It's a time of great mourning. It's a time of great weeping. It's the Lord said, what? It's a time of weeping and gnashing of teeth when them missiles hit. All right? It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. We ain't in a time of dancing. We're in a time of mourning. We're mourning for our nation. We're mourning for our oppression. We're mourning for our captivity. We're mourning for the things that we've done wrong against Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Right, and the stones that are being gathered is the elect of Israel. The stones that are being cast away is the 2/3. The stones that are being gathered is this righteousness. The stones that are being tossed away is wickedness and evil. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. So we're not in a time to embrace. We're refraining from embracing. We're moving back from that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you can't embrace everybody. You fuck around and be embracing a thief, a liar, a serpent, a demon. You know? Jake don't want to come in the right way. Jake want to create his own lane and try to come in through the back way, but you can't come in the back way. If you do, you're going to be considered a thief and you're going to be thrown out head first. Right? So, understanding what time we in. You know, I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to do a quick lesson. It was inspired by a lesson Apostle Ramlab and an elder Damashpat from Indiana did, you know, entitled speaking about agents, you know, and you see that agent activity. Some of it is very bold, like that guy, and then you got the subtle agents, the dudes that be just hanging around for years, man, collecting info, creating dossiers on Jake, you know, dossiers on Jake, you know, so you got to be mindful of that. Mindful who, that you can't, scripture says, let not every man into thy house, man. Every man can't come in your crib, man. And that goes for your physical house as well as your spiritual house, which is the camp. You know, I'm a young leader. We don't got a lot of brothers in our camp, man. And I'm watching over the brothers that I have around me. And I'm sure they do the same thing for me. You know, you gotta be circumspect, you gotta be vigilant. All right? Just like when we on the line, brothers' heads are side to side. We might be speaking, but we turning and we looking around, see what's going on. Any sudden noise, we at alert, man. While we grazing, we're sheep, we're grazing, right? But when you hear that noise, you look up, and if it's close as clear, you go back down. You continue to feed. But you got to be mindful because we are at war. Nobody is our friend here. We have enemies. We have no friends here, not amongst these nations and not amongst the 2/3 that are Israelites, but are in the Gentile state of mind. They are not our friends. So be aware, be vigilant, be circumspect. With that, shalom, on to the next.